Alright, here it is. The Cadillac Escalade. This thing runs on 48 volts, but recently in testing we found that 48 volts was a little much, fried out a controller. So we're going to try 36 volts now and see how that works. We're hoping that we're going to get about 30 to 35 miles an hour out of it is the goal. I'll show you a few things on this that we've done, some of the customizations. First off, this is the battery box that we built, customly installed. Holds up to 5 Genesis batteries, but hopefully, well, I think we're going to be running only 4. And if you can see in there, those 4 holes actually have LED lights housed in it with an amber color, so when it's on, it looks like the parking lights are on. And that's on both sides. Inside, we have a single DIN touchscreen CD player. Also, there's the remote for it, and there's a tweeter. And these are infinity reference speakers. And those are the 6.5s. There's the other tweeter. This thing has a key. Turn on to that position. It turns on just the stereo and the lighting. In the middle is off, and over turns on the stereo and the controller. It has a leather wrapped steering wheel. Actually, it's vinyl wrapped steering wheel with the stitching. We put a, you can see it, it's a rheostat foot pedal, so it has variable speed on it, so it's just not on and off like the regular Power Wheels. You can see some of the wiring hanging down that needs to be tucked back in. That's the distribution block for the car. And now you get to see the guts of this thing when you remove the speakers in the back and remove the seat. Here's the controller. That was 48 volt that fried out on us. See all the wires are tucked underneath. You'll never see them. It comes to the DC motor. Actually, it's supposed to have another hose clamp on it to hold it in place. That's a lot of torque on this. And we'll come around. See the steel bar, reinforcement bar there, the reinforcement plates. This thing had to be completely reinforced. It's so much torque on this plastic body. Barely handle it. When I flip it over, you can see underneath, see how some of the wiring is run. There's the support bar that goes through, goes all the way to the front end, so there isn't any flexing or minimal flexing. There's the other reinforcement plate, and the other one, there's the end of that reinforcement bar. You can see that big nut and bolt coming out. This really stiffens everything up. There's the sprocket. We have sealed bearings with Zerg fittings on it. That's the brake mechanism, if you can see it. I'll get to that as well. So, that's real knockoff wheels. Screw the nut. Pull off the hubcap and the wheel. Now, there's the hub that holds the wheel on and the axle. When you come on down here, you can see that is actually the brake setup. Just a single drum. Solid axle. So it only has one disc or one drum brake on the whole thing. I'm hoping it's going to be able to stop this. This is a lot of weight on this thing, especially with all the batteries. See, there's a little bit more reinforcement you can see up in there, sorta. bottom of that battery box. You see that? That's the LEDs for the rear lights. Just put that back on. So there she is, 36 or 48 volt Power Wheels Escalade.